Vintage racing in Watkins, Glen, honoring first responders at Bethel Motor Speedway, and another busy weekend ahead. All that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. We begin on Friday in downtown Watkins, Glen as they celebrated their annual Grand Prix Festival, which began with a reenactment of the early tech inspections, referred to in the early days as scrutineering.
Thank you very much.
Displays, food, the concours d'elegance, all are part of the day's activities, including the Legends Speak event at Lafayette Park. This year's guest speakers included former teammates David Hobbs and Davy Jones.
You know, that year was a challenging year because we just had one disaster right after another, as David alluded to, you know, between mechanical problems breaking with the car to team manager roles changing, you know, through the team and so on, and it was just we just never really got into a rhythm where everything all came together until this race here at Watkins Glen, where we finally won a race. But by that time, BMW had already made the decision that they weren't going to continue the program on, so it was just really just finishing out the balance of the season, you know, the McLaren BMW, the M team, it was like David and John Watson was the more senior car teammates, and then there was John Andretti and myself that were kind of the young lions, and we were to learn, you know, from David and from John, and we were to take their roles and so on, and we did. We learned a lot. I mean, you know, it was interesting. You know, always getting dressed and changing in the trailer. I remember John Watson. He had the most raunchiest looking pair of like boxer shorts that he wore. You know, and to come to find out, I mean, here he is. He's like, to me, I mean, he's a superstar Formula One driver, John Watson, all this stuff. And he's superstitious, and it's like these boxer shorts. I mean, it's like. Anyways,
they got more holes in the colander in the kitchen. But the last race I ever did here was that race, the 6 hour here, and I had the pole. We had taken a bit of a sabbatical while they sorted the car out because it caught fire twice. Once right in front of the BMW hospitality suite at Road Atlanta with about 100 dealers there, and the car just burnt to the ground right there on the opening lap of the race, which wasn't a great start, but. They took a sabbatical and then they returned for the 6 hour, by which time they got rid of a lot of their problems. The main one of which was the car catching fire, which it turned out in the end was pretty simple. First of all, they'd bored it out to a 2.2 litre from 2. I mean, they'd stroked it from 2 to 2.2 litre. Why they did that, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it brought on a lot of nasty vibration problems. And they had to replace all the lines with, you know, armoured hose and stuff like that. But I had the pole for the longest time until his nibs here turned in an absolutely cracking lap. But we did have the front row to ourselves. And I mean, he was, how old were you in 1986?
I don't remember. 20? 21?
Yeah, 21.
21.
And I was 40. I was 47. Well, we go across the start-finish line around turn 1, and then up through the S's. And by the time we came out of the S's, I couldn't see his nibs anymore. He completely disappeared from view, and I thought, oh shit, better start looking for a new line of work here. So, unfortunately, our car ran into overheating problems pretty early on, and your car had some issues, but you still managed to win the race.
The reenactment of the original 1948 race brought an end to the downtown activities with the rest of the weekend's racing taking place at Watkins Glen International. Look forward to a special edition of the Race Report in the coming weeks with interviews and racing action from the Hilliard U.S. Vintage Grand Prix at the Glen. But right now it's time for our first look at this week's Car of the Week from Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Endwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
98.1 The Hawk, Binghamton's #1 for new country. That means more Luke.
I can't move when you move.
More Carrie.
Now I'll have to hang you out to try.
More Jason.
Lights come on, everybody's screaming.
More Keith.
Blue looks good on the sky.
More Blake.
Don't mind being the guy with the
Glen and Tracy in the morning, Binghamton's #1 for new country. 98.1 The Hawk.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
Welcome back to the Race Report. School's back in session, and some of Bethel Motor Speedway's top dogs would rather race than read. Here's Andy Crane.
Well, when we turn the calendar page from August to September, teams will get into the garage and start doing their homework, preparing for the season-ending big events. Well, for some drivers here at the Speedway, they actually have to go back to doing homework. Let's talk to some of our junior drivers about going back to school. So Evan Rogelski, what is your favorite subject in school?
Probably math and science, because I'm really like science and it's very fun.
And it's probably a good thing math and science really kind of translate over to racing, doesn't it?
Yeah, with all the geometry and these cars and all, it really translates to this.
So Caden Rogers, what is your favorite subject in school?
Math.
And why is math your favorite subject?
Because it's easy.
It's easy? I could barely add 2 plus 2. How is it easy for you?
I don't know.
And are you excited for being back in school now?
No.
Didn't think so. With Brian Rogelski, and Brian, we're talking about going back to school. First, are you excited to go back to school?
Yeah, I was ready.
And what do your friends think of the blue hairdo?
They like it. I mean, they didn't. The school didn't like it at first, but they, you know.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
Math.
With our junior announcer here at the Speedway, Thomas, are you excited to go back to school?
Not really.
And why not?
I don't know.
What about all the homework that Dad makes you do?
You're not a school teacher.
Well, I should be.
No.
I don't have a second. Get over here. Talking about going back to school, and for the yellow banana, that looks like a lot of fun.
The only thing fun about this year is photography. 5th period, you know. And after the second marking period, I have 2 study halls in a row, so that's a plus.
So a lot of time to catch up on like YouTube and watch the race report, right?
Homework.
That was good. I like. With one of the fast female competitors here at the Bethel Motor Speedway, Katie Verwise. And Katie, are you excited to go back to school?
No, probably not, no.
Why not?
Well, I like to see my friends, but the learning aspect, I mean, it's good, but I would rather be at home watching Netflix or something.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Probably math.
And does that translate over to racing at all?
Yeah, probably setup-wise and cross and stuff, so yeah, it transfers over.
Mike Groff looking to go about a half a car in front of Katie Ruiz. He takes it to the high side. Can Katie catch up in the inside?
Andy Crane here, and so excited to announce that I will be racing next week here at the Bethel Motor Speedway. The first time, oh man, in almost a decade I've run a street stock here. So I challenge any street stock competitor to come here to the Quarter Mile Monster and meet me out on the racetrack and see if you can beat the racing announcer.
Fred Mulheron was on vacation last week, so joining Andy Crane in the booth was his son, Thomas.
As the 22 of Vinny Testanero looks to be pulling away from the field. Not far behind him is...
Currently leading right now, car number 2, that's Tim Adams. Adams out of Hamilton, New Jersey as he's pulling along. Car number 22, that's Vinny Tesserino. Battle fighting right now for spot number 3. Down to the bottom side, that's car 75, Dan Zorinsky. Zorinsky, that orange racer, a man on a mission. He sits back there in spot number 3, reeling in the top 2 very quickly through 3 and 4. Top 3 cars, nobody stepping out of line down the back straightaway. As you can see, the orange glow of the brake rotors on Tim Adams' number 2 car. You see that glow is now constant, and that shouldn't be. You would see glow in those brake pressure, but there shouldn't be any pressure down a straightaway. So trouble for your race leader, Tim Adams. Brake issues developing on the left rear of car number 2. And that turns the lead over to car 75, Don Zorinsky.
Zorinsky pulling away from the field, going around lap traffic. The 2 of Tim Adams still sparking, but still trying to catch the lead from Don Zorinsky. Zorinsky, the orange car. Tim Adams, the car not far behind. That is sparking whenever he puts the car in on the pedal.
Adams trying to rebound down on the low side part of the speedway. Contact between the 2 as Don Zorinsky fires down the back straightaway. Checkered flag set to come out. And it's going to be car 75Z, Don Zorinsky to take the win. Second will be the 2 of Tim Adams. Third, the 22, Vinny Tesserino.
What a finish to the BMS modified feature, and a first-time winner in that class.
Conklin, maybe he was saving something for the late going with car number 4 as he's starting to pull to the back bumper and alongside of Stephen Kamer. Down the back straightaway they rumble. 3 cars fight for the top spot as this time by the 2 lap to go indicator is on the field. 3 cars fighting it out for the race lead. Kamer shows the way, but Conklin and DeGracia right there as this time by the white flag is coming out. Quarter mile of racing to go. Kamer shows the way. Now it's DeGracie into spot number 2. DeGracie hard on the chrome horn. Gonna look for the race lead into corners 3 and 4. Checkered flag set to fly, and it's a career first for Stephen Kamer.
And the street stock finish was just as dramatic. A win for the Grape Train. Back to Andy Crane.
Frank Miori not going anywhere. He is holding strong on the outside part of the speedway. Now slid up a little bit too high. And that opens the door now for Kyle Welch. Welch to the basement side. That's the white 357 car. As he'll now settle into a top 5 running order. 5 fingers from starter Jonathan McGibbons. Lets the field know only 5 more laps to go. And it's a 3-car fight for the top spot. Kyle Welch, who is so strong on the outside part of the speedway, now all of a sudden has a battle on his hands with Mike Skelly underneath him. Larry O still showing the way with the Grape Train, but the battle is on for spot number 2, side by side. Skelly and Welch battle it out, wheel to wheel, door handle to door handle. And it was Skelly at the line for spot number 2. Watch him wheel off of the corner. Hot spot on the racetracks. A fight for spot number 2. Larry O still has everything well in hand as we hit the 2-lap to go indicator. Contact between Skelly and Welch. Now Skelly drives in to LOD. Larry O hangs on to the race car. Watch him fight through 3 and 4. White flag is out. Last lap of racing action. As Mike Skelly once again drives it hard into corner number 1. LOD slams the door. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Almighty black and white set to fly. Contact. Checkered flag is out and LOD will take the win. Larry O'Donnell and the Grape Train goes to victory lane. So we are waiting official timing and scoring. The one thing that we know has been decided. Your feature winner for the evening is LOD Larry O'Donnell.
More from Bethel Motor Speedway when the race report continues.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
For 3 generations, we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top-End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block. For 3 generations, it's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the race report. This was the scene at intermission as drivers presented America's colors to the many first responders who were the guests of Bethel Motor Speedway as they celebrated the heroes of September 11th, 2001. One of the first responders that was honored was Jimmy Shields, who won his final race at Bethel Motor Speedway.
On First Responder Night, we honor a first responder of multiple fire departments and EMS services here in the Catskill area. The last time he was a competitor here at the Speedway, Jimmy Shields went to victory lane aboard the car that will be pacing the field and in competition tonight, driven by Jerry Kengetter. 26 cars scheduled to take the green flag for 22 laps of racing excitement for our front-wheel drive 4 cylinders. On the flag stand, Jerry Shields' son will wave the green flag to get things underway for feature event number 1. Race fans who honor Jimmy Shields, we invite you to please stand up and put 2 fingers on each hand in the air, representing number 22, that he made so famous here at the Speedway, as we honor one of our very own, Jimmy Shields, with tonight's first running of the Twin 22s. In memory of Jimmy Shields, the Double Deuce. Let's fire him up and go racing for 22 laps here at the Bethel Motor Speedway. As we remember our very own Jimmy Shields here on First Responder Night at the Speedway. Maybe gone, definitely not forgotten, and we know Jimmy's looking down on us, smiling, as we are doing what he loved to do here each and every Saturday night. The last time he was with us in competition, Jimmy Shields went to victory lane. Who will go to victory lane this evening in race number 1 of the Twin 22s? Again, Jimmy's son on the flag stand, ready to turn him loose, standing right next to Jonathan McGibbons. In another year, he will be taller than Jonathan McGibbons, I guarantee it. So it's the mystery machine of Tasha Curry who will lead the field down to the green flag. Zach Shields, son of Jimmy Shields, on the flag stand, ready to wave the green flag and turn him loose as we are racing down the front straightaway. The mystery machine leads the field through 1 and 2. Tasha Curry shows the way. Jeffrey Tubbs settles into spot number 2. Then the battle is on. As the 2 lap to go indicators out, 20 laps in the record books, 2 more laps remain. Can the win streak continue for Dan Curry? 4 cars separate themselves from the rest of the field. Here comes the almighty white flag as lap traffic in the middle, contact between Curry and Maloney. Maloney drives it in deep. He wedges himself underneath Curry down the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag set to fly, in trouble. Down to the caution and checkered, and it's David Donovan to take the win. From dead last on the field to first, Double D, David Donovan takes the win. Unbelievable. We told you at the front of at the beginning of the race, keep your eyes on car 47. He did not disappoint with the craziness happening up there in corner number 3. David Donovan takes the win. So from timing and scoring, officially the winner is car 47, David Donovan.
In less than a month, you could be driving this incredible 2003 Porsche 911 4S. The drawing will be held on Saturday, October 6th at the International Motor Racing Research Center in Watkins, Glen. To learn how to enter, here's Kip Zeider.
I'm Kip from the International Motor Racing Research Center, and obviously we're here in downtown Watkins, Glen on Vintage Friday. Streets are full of race cars, streets are full of people, we're having a great time. We're down here on behalf of the IMRRC with our raffle car for this year. It's a 2003 Porsche 911 4S. It's an all-wheel drive car. It only has about 17,000 miles on it, donated to us by a local fella. You can call the center at 607-535-9044 to buy tickets. It's one ticket for $60, two for $100. You can get on our website. We can't sell them online, but you can print off the order form and fill it out and send it in with a check or credit card number. So the drawing is October 6th. Actually, we're going to have an evening party from 5 to 8. Everybody is invited. We're going to have a cake in the shape of Frank Griswold's Alfa Romeo that won the first race here in '48. We're going to have entertainment. We're going to have a continuous loop slideshow of 70 years of Watkins Glen racing history. We're celebrating 70 years of racing, 20 years of the Motor Racing Research Center being around, and somebody's going to walk away with a Porsche that night. So that's October 6th, Saturday night, 5 to 8. You're all invited.
Track championships are up for grabs in several divisions at Penn Can Speedway on Route 171 in Susquehanna. Race time on Friday night is 7:30. Square Deal Riders will wrap up their 2018 season this Saturday, starting at 5 p.m. That track is located at 163 Allen Road in Harpersville. Bethel Motor Speedway is in action this Saturday with a $1,000 to win Sportsman Asphalt Challenge race, the Lou Quick Memorial Twin 20s for the Pro Stocks, along with a Tractor and Machinery Farm Show and Parade. The 4 cylinders are off this week, but all of their other divisions are in competition. For more information, check out their website at BethelMotorspeedway.com or find them on Facebook. If you can't get to the track, you can still catch all the Bethel Motor Speedway action with their pay-per-view broadcast. You'll find all the information on their Facebook page. This Sunday is the Central New York Hall of Fame inductions and reunion at the Otsego County Fairgrounds in Morris, New York, the site of legendary Mid-State Speedway. The flea market starts at 7 a.m. The Mid-State Antique Stock Car Club, Classic and Streetcar Cruise-Ins, and the Tire Iron Tractor Club all will be on display. The Hall of Fame inductions start at 1 p.m. Join us for racing trivia this Monday night at the California Grill, 912 Vestal Parkway East in Vestal. Come early and check out the new items on their menu. Then join in for a fun time of racing trivia at 7:30. This week's bonus answer is Dave Kneisel. For all of us at the Race Report, thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
So yellow lights have been turned out. Mamano and Fisher, your front row. Fedora right back there in spot number 2. Spot number 3, and watch them race now down the front straightaway. Drew Fedora back there, spot number 2, but on the outside with a vengeance is car number 7. That's Rick Casario. Casario firing with the black racer as he looks for the race lead. Into 1 and 2 they go, down the back straightaway. Watch the Casario, car number 7, just eat away at the advantage that the current race leader has. Pulls right to the back bumper of the Frank Mamano, car number 55.